Hey everyone, my name is Vanessa Taco. I am an occupational therapist at Shore Collaborative in Chelsea. And this video is focused on kitchen hacks. And basically it is a few different ways that you can adapt some items in your kitchen so that cooking activity is more accessible to your child. So here we go. All right, so we're going to quickly talk about some of the benefits of cooking together. Your children, our students, they typically love this weekly activity. It's a very fun time for us to gather together and create something. It's very meaningful and it's very routine-based. So one of the major benefits is that cooking builds functional skills within everyday routines. Cooking group is not just about the product, whatever food we make. It's also about all the jobs that go into it, the setting up, the cleaning up, the gathering items, washing dishes, putting things away in the dishwasher maybe, sorting silverware. Those are all wonderful functional activities that are also incorporated into cooking, which make it extra meaningful, but also builds on skills that can be generalized into other everyday routines. Cooking is a wonderful multisensory experience. It offers these students a very non-invasive way of smelling and interacting, touching, feeling foods without having maybe the pressure of having to eat it. It offers auditory input when there's, maybe small appliances like the blender or the hand mixer going. Maybe if you have a box of spaghetti or a box of pasta, and you can shake it around and they can listen to it. It's a very sensory rich experience. Even, one more thing, even hand washing. I mean, everyone's talking about hand washing a lot these days. It's an excellent skill to continue building on with these kids, but that experience alone is a very multisensory experience. You can use foam soap, maybe use a bucket of water, and many kids enjoy that aspect and that part of the routine when we begin cooking groups. Cooking group is a great way to work on fine motor skills and bilateral coordination. Bilateral coordination, which means using one hand maybe to stabilize a bowl while the other hand does a more skilled activity like stirring. This is a wonderful way of practicing utensil use and opening and closing different types of containers. The benefits are endless as far as fine motor skills go. Functional communication, this is a big one. Cooking group offers the opportunity for kids to do a lot of choice making, a lot of opportunities to answer questions, maybe yes, no. Maybe they're using their voice, maybe they're using a communication device. Maybe we're using visuals to reinforce the activities that we're doing. It offers so many opportunities for social communication and language skill development. You can model things like saying open and close. You can offer them something, and even if they say no the first time, you can always offer it again and see if, hey, maybe on the second try, they'll be more open and willing to, touch something or have a turn. And then also cooking really helps build social skills. It's a wonderful activity to do together as a classroom, but also to do together as a family. There's lots of opportunities for turn taking. Maybe certain people like doing different parts of a recipe. It can be very fun. It can be a nice way to model different ways of doing things or communicating for your child. And it's just a really nice positive way to all be together. Okay, so for our first hack, what you see in this picture, it's called a stabilizer, and we'll use this at school. It has a suction cup base. But also, if you can notice in this second picture, what I really like about it is that you can angle the bowl. For some of our students who are in wheelchairs, sometimes what happens is they will be stirring something and they can't see what's inside. So how is that meaningful for them? It's really important for these kids to be able to see what it is they're mixing. So I thought an easy way for you to make your own kind of stand so that you can tilt a bowl so that they can see it is by taking a shoe box. This is a boot box, and cutting a hole in it, whatever size you want. And then what you do is you just put the bowl in it. So as you can see, let me just lower this a little bit so you can see. Okay. I'll pretend that you are the person stirring. So you can't really see the bottom of this box, or I mean the bottom of the bowl. You can't see what's inside of it. So how is that meaningful? But what's nice is you can tilt, and then they can see while they're stirring what it is they're actually stirring. Different things that you can use would be, like I used a shoe box, a boot box, probably one of those Amazon boxes. I know a lot of people are getting deliveries these days. You could probably also use a gift box maybe. And again, you have to play around with, what height might be nice for them. Maybe you cut the circle a little closer to the edge if you want it closer to them. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I think it takes some experimentation at home, but it is a very cheap and easy way of kind of helping them visually be able to attend more to what it is their hands are actually doing. So the next thing is DICEM. So DICEM is this non-slip material that we'll oftentimes put under bowls. Maybe we'll use it on students' trays so that if they're doing some maybe pre-vocational activities, things aren't sliding all around on their trays. This can be kind of expensive. It comes in different mats, it comes in a roll, but it does not mean that you have to spend money on it. There are other solutions that you can do at home. So one of them is, this is non-skid shelf liner that I had in my cabinets. This is a really great material to use and to just put the bowl right on. And so if maybe a child you are encouraging them to grip the bowl with their other hand while one is stirring, but sometimes that grasp might be very light. And oftentimes you or us, the staff, will do kind of a hand over hand thing to help stabilize the bowl. So, one thing you can do is using this non-slip stuff. So even if they're lightly stabilizing it, this bowl is not going anywhere. Versus if you just have it right on the countertop, the bowl sometimes will spin around or it will move. So again, this is just non-skid shelf liner. You also might have rug gripper tape or pads that you use. Just any of those non-skid materials. I think that some people also have this kind of stuff for to help them when they're opening lids on really tight lids that are stuck on jars. If you can think of anything else, that's awesome. Please share it with us. We're always looking at easy home solutions. All right. And then finally, one of the things we do a lot is we increase the size of handles, not only on cooking utensils, but also on art supplies or writing materials. And the purpose of doing this is to kind of help those students who maybe have low tone in their upper extremities, if they have decreased strength or decreased dexterity. This can be very helpful. It's a nice way to help them functionally grip and access tools And hopefully maybe they'll need a little bit of less support from us. So what I came up with for that is I kind of made my own. I made my own homemade built up grip. At school, typically what we'll use, you can see in this left photo, is this foam tubing. And it comes in different sizes so that items with different circumference, they'll fit in there. So you can see the spoon, there's a marker, a toothbrush. I mean, the options are endless. And then this other picture, you can buy pre-built up kind of utensils. Sometimes these are also at like a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's. They can be more geared towards people with arthritis. But the idea of this is not getting you to go out and buy anything. The idea is for you to kind of use things that you have at home and do it in a low cost way. So what I came up with was I took these spoons and I thought, how can we build this up? And so I thought you can take, if you're getting any packaging that has that bubble wrap on the inside, this is a really good solution. You could also just use like maybe a cloth, or this is a face cloth. You could probably use a rag as well. Again, experiment if you want. And so what I did was I took scissors and I just cut the top. So I have this really long piece of bubble wrap. Just lower this. I'm going to have my tape ready. So this is duct tape. You can probably also use packaging tape or maybe electrical tape, or whatever else you have. Probably a wider tape is better if you have that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll the spoon inside of the bubble wrap. Okay. So I have it just really tight. Now I'm going to take the duct tape and I'm also going to roll that. See if I can do this gracefully for you guys. Just to cover it. I would recommend putting a little bit of tape also on the spoon, just so that what you made doesn't slide down and it stays in its place. And voila, we have a built-up grip. You can use more or less or whatever you want. Here, we'll put it all together. Ready? So I'm going to put my non-slip paper, or my non-slip mat. I'm going to put my box on top so that doesn't move around. I'm going to take my bowl and I am going to start mixing. And I have a very stable base for cooking and stirring and mixing. So thank you everyone for joining. I hope this was helpful. I encourage you to do your own brainstorming, to come up with your own ideas. Please share them with your occupational therapist. We would love to hear what you've done, to see what you've done. If you want to take a video, we always encourage creativity. If you have any questions, please contact your occupational therapist. We would love to brainstorm and come up with some ideas for home with you guys. All right, see you later. Stay healthy, everyone, and happy cooking.